Yo, Scott here. I bet you love your pizza. I certainly love my pizza. I bet you've seen those cauliflower pizza crusts at the store. But the thing is, they're not very good, they're not very convincing or authentic. Well, I have figured out a way to use cauliflower in an authentic pizza crust that I'm sure you will enjoy, especially if you like the foldable Brooklyn-style pizza crusts from Domino's. I love pizza so much, I used to make my own pizza every single weekend. That means dough from scratch with yeast every single weekend. Anyhow, finally, I've cracked the code, putting cauliflower into an authentic style pizza crust, and I'm gonna share it with you, so there's no excuse. You can have your pizza too. Let me show you how. You're gonna need cauliflower, bread flour, yeast, salt. You only need half a head of cauliflower, approximately for one large pizza. Coarsely chopped cauliflower goes into the food processor. You may have to do it in several rounds. Process. I'm using the chop mode on my Ninja Food processor, but it doesn't really matter that much. Once it is finished ricing, put it in a microwave-safe dish. We have the rice cauliflower in a microwave-safe dish, and then we are going to microwave it for 4 minutes. We want to stir halfway through. You can see that steam rising off the cauliflower. What we're doing here is getting a lot of the moisture out of the cauliflower. And continue. At this point, we want to remove as much moisture as possible, so I'm going to be using a sieve and a scoop, and I'm going to be placing the rice cauliflower in the sieve and then mashing as much moisture out of it as possible. You could also use a cheesecloth to squeeze it, but I like it this way. One final stage will be adding it to a pan and heating it on a low heat to brown it and dry it out just as much as possible. Add the 1/2 cup warm tap water to the food processor, or you could just use a bowl and a package of yeast. Give it a pulse. Add some salt. Okay, cauliflower is looking pretty good, slightly charred. Been cooking like this for about 5 minutes or more. Now it's time to add it to the food processor. 350 grams of cauliflower. Cauliflower's in the food processor. Now we process the yeast, the water, and the cauliflower all together. Now we start adding flour 1/4 of a cup at a time until we no longer need it. And when we no longer need it, it'll look like a smooth elastic dough ball. 1/4 cup equals 40 grams. So we're now at 2 cups total of flour. 1/4 cup. Dough is looking pretty close to ready, so I'm going to spray it with some oil. 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to turn out the dough onto a floured surface and finish kneading it by hand. This dough will actually be good for 2 large pizzas. It's okay to add additional flour to the dough as you work with it, because as you can see, a lot of flour gets left behind on the equipment that you used. I like to give it a nice spray at this point. Give my hands a spray as well. Look at that. You wouldn't even know that there's cauliflower in there at all. Now we're going to take a bowl, spray it up a little bit, add the dough ball into it, cover it with plastic wrap. Nice and tight. So I'm going to stick it in the oven with the pilot light on, but of course with the heat off. So I used 2.5 cups of flour for the total recipe, which means actually for 1 large pizza, it would be 1.25 cups worth of flour. Cauliflower crust. Regular crust. Cauliflower, regular.